snow. Chilly morning air gives way to sad-eyed sister, blistering with potential and unread emails from college missionaries, and sorrow building because she lost her father last March and is still grieving, and still does not trust tomorrow while she's hollow. Still, we have too much sorrow to collect in our dust bins in homes that are unkempt, unshedded dog hair lies on the floor. In solidarity, Bluey the dog chases and chases and chases his tail round the living room like guests are coming soon to cheer up little sister on Day of the Dead. Red-headed little brother of friend wants to come over. She's been hoarding birthday cards and voicemails. The voice of a dead man is worth its weight in gold and ebony sprinkles of stardust. His ashes were sprinkled in an unidentified part of Colorado in springtime. Ashes still haven't arrived. Maybe he's not dead, he just went missing. He used to fall off the face of the earth for months. How is this any different? Sinister entities like to grab hold of me when I see little sister suffering. I want to wrap her up in a warm blanket of comfort and connection and give her promises of a better tomorrow. Want to pluck the sorrow that lays in the hospital band still tied to her wrist like the blackberries that litter our backyard in August. Want to uproot invasive sweet peas that stubbornly hold on to the cacophony of cocoons buried deep in her psyche. Want to pluck a bouquet of lilies. Now that our cats no longer need protection from poisonous species, I want to bring her her favorite coffee from Dutch Bros and deliver it personally. I want to personify unconditional love, want to capture it and send it to Arcata where she leaves the safety of home come fall time. I lost the key to her well-being. I left home and I lost it, but then my breath is captured. I'm captivated, watching Bluey sit patiently by the kitchen door. It's almost dinner time, you know. As he sniffs the air, he smells the sour ache of longing for a brighter tomorrow and runs into the living room where he pinpoints the smell as rising from above the well of unwept tears from sad-eyed sister sitting alone on the couch. As soon as the kisses pile on, they leave rose stains. His watchful eye notices the energetic boom and bust mirroring the present economy that they say is collapsing. He notices sister's predicament and whines like a cowboy deprived of gin over the good Lord's day of restful contemplation. He imparts dog wisdom through a hiccuping pant and picks up the most comforting psalm from the finest section of the Holy Bible. Hebrew comes out of his worldly mouth as well, as he reads verses of the Torah specifically designed to hit just right in the mind of a Jewish girl starved of her culture because daddy's halfway across the country in Colorado. Mount Shasta has no temple, so she'll have to settle with the knowing that she'll never receive the bat mitzvah blessing she deserved to be privy to. She'll have to stick with matzo ball soup made by mom, kugel sweetened with maple syrup, and challah French toast with berry compote. Have to make peace with placing Hanukkah candles on the windowsill and being the only house on the block touting the miracle of the Hanukkah candles. At least we get to cultivate the Pesach at the neighbor's house and look at all their best TV channels. The contempt that left a sour lemon taste in her mouth will soon be washed away by Bluey's stanky breath kisses. He stamps his love ever so slightly above the puckered lips of her worn-out traveler's soul. We trample and tumble our way with a grumble towards the lake trail. Graffiti Bridge holds the key to the musings of every teenager's heart in a rundown small mountain town that's called a city. Every sin, every loss, every lover is carved into concrete, etched with spray paint, and dreams of a better tomorrow like a mast flying half-mast. Fast understanding of the small-town version of hell at the High Horse rundown motel. No jobs. Housing prices gouge your eyes out. Grocery bill too much. bonfire, too much fun. We all run amok here. How do the animals always seem to notice the chaos we humans delicately hide amidst the mothballs lying in the shoe closet? Closest thing to having an animal companion I have is watching the lizards scurry away from me on the dusty, rusty walk in the evening hours, just before bobcat and mountain lion make their rounds in the nocturnal canyon yuppie tundra playground. Crystal bowls take up a whole ginormous building. The spiritual dealer likes prophesizing the new age, new world order. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a broke college kid, parading around as a poet and nonprofit manager with a crappy camera. I can't have an emotional support animal, no. Landlords would not be happy to house a furry welcoming friend. He'd tear the couch up and ruin the landlord's wet dream of paying the mortgage back sometime before they turn 60. Maybe if I find a scaly friend, they'll comply with my request. I'll tame a dragon in these next 6 months while I wait for debt to accrue. If I'm 25, I don't qualify for the Pell Grant no more. I'll have to sell my soul to Jeff Bezos by self-publishing, posting on the Amazon storefront, hoping someone will find my poetry and it resonates, potentially upending, beckoning, befriending experience. When Jared blew me a kiss at the train station, I was reckoning with grief and loss and heartache. I will always remember Nesta from the psych ward. I was the only one who blew her kisses back. Her grandchildren didn't come to visit. She called me her adopted granddaughter. I inscribed her Angel of God prayer on my inner arm. I wrote my poetry down on tissue paper, couldn't lose it. I wasted all the paper with my poetic musings in the psych ward. They were happy that I was experimenting and cultivating creativity, but I did not want to lose it. That's why I took it home with me in a folder specially got for me by my mom and my nan, my angels. My mom and my nan are angels. Nesta's grandchildren didn't come to visit. She called me her adopted granddaughter. Mental health technician didn't like that, said it was a breach of my boundaries. I thought I was the one who decided what my own boundaries were. Anyways, she was a devout Catholic. She made the barren walls and halls and tall burly men holy with her Angel of God prayer. You didn't dare hunch in her presence. Safety first, her prestigious motto, resounds, bounces around the white matter of this here brain over and over and over again. Just like my rhymes obsessively loop-de-loo like a beautiful messy roller coaster. I'm scared of heights, so I'm afraid this metaphor does not apply to me here. I hesitate to keep my poetry, my rhymes, my mastermind, massive mime self to myself. Close the blinds, shush. We have to whisper past 10 p.m. It's only the kosher thing to do. I want to shove my delicate psalms into the arm of every poetically inclined late bloomer doomer and cast a light on the dark that runs around, ruling the lives of half-mast, shattered heart of Abuela Earth's becoming. There's plenty of poems to share in a world with limited resources. Words are plenty, dollars are piling up at the ready for the taking at St. Anthony's Soup Kitchen. Firemen are at the ready, come closer, strong yet steady, huddled by the campfire in a rhythmically induced arrhythmic trance. I prance around, manically dancing. My movement turns empty space into poetry. Make sure you learn from the last time you siphoned diesel from your car, because no one gathered around the campfire had a lighter on them. It wasn't in the dashboard of their car. This is not all you are. You'll end up in jail or the psych ward if you stay on the path towards grave disability. Have 911 on speed dial because you're in fire country, and Smokey the Bear would not dare tell you you can't light a fire in late July with all the pine and fir that's near us all. It's just dry fuel after all. Smokey wouldn't lie. We hunch over in a crowded sedan, stalling, rallying cry, Holly Ollie Oxenfree, reminiscent of hide and seek participated in a decade ago from preteens screeching across the street. Adults no longer need longer playtimes. Instead, they need wait times and no time in wartime. Too busy figuring out how to keep time, and in the meantime, how to keep them and their children alive and come home from work before 5 to make tortilla soup and bottle up frustration in the making of a domestic peach pie. There's more than enough words encased on my parched lips to pass around like an EBT card in a hardened old mountain town stuck in a deep stupor. The Yucatan Peninsula sounds nice. Let's plan a trip there tonight to escape our mindless queries, maladapted daydreaming or justified fantasy. Plan the trip, but don't get too invested. Stock market experts say we're nearing recession. I'm much too invested in my own arc to act like these words are only poetry. These words are me and define me and carve me into a cohesive metaphor.